Special too. Who the fuck threw that motherfucking busted ass goddamn Adidas?
Hello everyone, Disaster Wolf Art here, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on drawing diversity in the art community. Now, I know that I'm not a very big channel, but I did want to give my perspective since I figured that we should be getting as many different kinds of voices in this conversation as possible. But anyways, let's get right into it.
You're looking kinda goofy, so let me give you some #valid criticism.
Okay, so let's get this part out of the way. So, a YouTube artist named Kooleen was semi-recently under fire for some controversial statements that she made, and now she's facing some allegations of racism. Now, I personally wasn't really that crazy about her videos myself, but I didn't really think it was anything offensive, at least until she released a video where she would take this drawing and use Liquify tool to make it look like this. Now, this already kind of makes me give her just the slightest of side eyes, but it only really became bombastic when I saw this.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
Now, let's unpack this real quick. So, Kooleen took a drawing of a black woman, gave her more Eurocentric features like a pointier nose and tiny chin, said it was fixed, and then basically said that the original looks like a gorilla. Gee, I wonder who always gets compared to gorillas and monkeys. I don't know, it's on the tip of my tongue though. Nah, I just can't think of it. Now, in my opinion, as a black person, what she said was ignorant as fuck. I get that she's known for roasting her fans' work and critiques, but something feels a little off, especially right after she fixes the art to fit more Eurocentric beauty standards. Now, she's allowed to give critique, obviously, but if you're gonna give critique, I suggest that you do it within the context of the thing that you're critiquing itself. Like, I can't just look at a drawing of Tom and Jerry and then say that they need to look more like JoJo characters. Though, not gonna lie, this thing right here? Fucking peak. And this kind of slowly ties into a bigger topic that I wanted to talk about. See, if you look at Kooleen's art, you'll notice that the characters that she draws all look pretty Eurocentric. Her art severely lacks diversity in skin tones, features, and body types. This being coupled with her ignorant remarks on Afrocentric features and the fact that she says she doesn't draw ugly people made many people believe her to be a racist. Now, while I personally don't think that she's a racist, especially since she did make an apology, I still think she's a little ignorant, especially considering the fact that she's a POC woman herself. To be honest, I'm not really sure how I feel about her apology, but that's not the topic of this video, so yeah. Though she did make another video that addressed the situation that I personally think was better at clearing things up than her apology post. But anyways, why did I even bring all this up? Well, some people have been defending Kooleen by saying that she doesn't know how to draw people of color because they don't fit into her art style. Now that, my friend, is complete bullshit.
Let me explain.
People saying that I don't know how to draw them is an argument that we hear all the time. Not only is it pretty exclusionary, it's just plain lazy. Whenever I hear somebody say that, I really just hear, I don't feel like learning how to draw other features. Looking at you, Tim Burton. First of all, it's literally your art style. You can develop your own way to interpret those common features in your art. Just make them look like normal people and not caricatures. I mean, unless you draw caricatures of everyone, then that kind of makes sense. And second, there are plenty of tutorials, references, and styles for you to look at when it comes to drawing non-Eurocentric features. So there's literally no excuse. But here's the thing. Everything that I just said should really only apply to those who are willing to learn how to draw more diverse characters. Legit, my only issue is that people are making it seem like Kooleen can't draw more diverse characters, but there's a massive difference between can't and won't. My point is that we can't really force anyone to draw what they don't want to draw. Do I think that that mindset is incredibly limiting? Yes. Do I think that Kooleen should draw more diverse features? Yes. But can I make her draw it?
Nope.
She has the right to draw whatever the hell she feels like. You may not like it, and that's your right, but it's also her right to draw what she likes. But saying that you can't interpret diverse features into your art style is never a valid excuse in my opinion. Funnily enough though, one of my favorite artists, Ross Draws, also falls into this category. He usually draws a lot of light-skinned, skinny, Eurocentric looking women. There have been some exceptions, but I never really got the vibe that he was a racist to begin with because it seemed like it was just simply his preference, and I've never really heard him say anything racist or ignorant. So I never really saw his drawing preference as a problem. Again, I don't think that Kooleen herself is a racist, but she definitely said something racist.
Jimmy, those people you're hanging out with are no good.
Yo, don't be dissing my niggas, dog.
So after releasing my Being Black in the Art Community video, I got a ton of great comments that helped keep the conversation going. You should really check them out and maybe watch the video while you're at it. I'm just saying. But this comment really stuck out to me, so let me read this off for y'all.
I agree with everything that you said in this video. I'm Asian and I got called out for whitewashing a tan Asian guy, Eugene from Try Guys, which I drew him with the tan as a cartoon character. Also, on the contrary, I've also been told to not draw black people or black OCs if you're not black when I showed them my black OCs, so there's no real win-win situation.
Thank you. Also, I'm sorry, what? How do you whitewash an Asian person when you're literally drawing them as they actually are? Also, don't worry about those people who say that you can't make OCs outside of your race. As a black person, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I was called out for whitewashing on Tumblr, which I believe are just trolls, but the don't draw black people if you aren't black happens on a Discord server, and I think they meant what they said. I do appreciate people giving me tips on how to draw black people though, like, I'm still learning how to draw black hairstyles.
Someone else also commented this.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Wolfie, but I have to agree that people on social media tend to be very toxic and attack people who are trying to create black characters. It makes me feel bad for most of the people because they were trying to create art to show their skills, not attacking the fictional characters and saying, boom, I changed Goku to black.
So clearly people take issue with creators bashing others for trying to draw different races, and in my opinion, they're right. Some people like Kooleen just don't want to draw diversity at all, and some people like Ross Draws lean more towards a preference. But some people are just too scared to draw different races and body types because they're constantly hearing shit like this. People in the art community can do a lot of really good things to uplift each other, but we can also do just as much damage by tearing down someone who dared to try expanding their horizons. Now, I don't know just how common that scenario is, but I am inclined to believe it since I actually have heard people say that kind of stuff before. Things like stay in your lane and just draw what you know are things that I've heard towards artists who drew someone physically different from themselves. But we need to be encouraging artists to work on their skills and to learn to draw things that they never have before. The more that we accept genuine attempts at inclusivity and advancing your skills, the better in my opinion.
I'll do the best I can with what I got.
In conclusion, I'm of the opinion that we should continue to encourage diversity in the art community. We should be encouraging artists of all kinds to draw all kinds of people, ranging from body types, skin tones, and unique features. Not only does it help with representation, but diversifying your art will definitely add some interest in your drawings and keep things from feeling boring or too samey. But that doesn't mean that we can tell artists who they can and cannot draw. And to anybody who just doesn't want to draw diversity, please don't make flimsy excuses. Just say that you don't want to and say that shit with your whole entire chest. I'd honestly respect you a little bit more if you did. We can and should give criticism if we find certain aspects or comments to be a problem. But at the end of the day, people will draw what they want. It's up to us as individuals to decide whether or not we continue to support them. And to anyone who does want to learn and practice drawing diverse characters, don't let anyone tell you that you're not allowed to draw someone who looks different from you. That's not saying that you should draw harmful stereotypes or alienate a group of people, but you're always allowed to draw someone of a different race, body type, style, or gender from you. Do what makes you happy. But what do you think about all this? Do you think that we should encourage diversity in the art community, or should we just leave well enough alone? And what are your thoughts on the Kooleen situation? Let me know so we can keep the conversation going. But that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and slap that little gray bell so that you get all the newest notifications. That's all for today, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!